मैं खुदा नहीं हूँ, मेरी इबादत ना करो।
आपकी लॉजिक ही गलत है। जो इंसान दावा करता है उसे दिखाना चाहिए, दावा नहीं करता दिखाना चाहिए ही नहीं। यहाँ कितने 50,000 लोग हैं, सब लोग बोलेंगे मैं खुदा नहीं हूँ। अंडरस्टूड है भाई?
Yes, I agree. If someone came up to me and called me God, I would say, no, I'm not God. But is that what Jesus responded with? Let us see John 20:28. Here, after the resurrection, Thomas sees Jesus and says, my Lord and my God. And what is Jesus' response? He does not deny it, but rather says, you believe because you have seen me. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me. So this actually shows that Jesus is accepting Thomas's proclamation of Jesus being God.
मेरी याददाश्त बहुत अच्छी है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। आपने कहा रेड लेटर में कोट करूंगा। बाइबल है आपके पास? खोलो खोलो, रेड लेटर बाइबल है?
जी मेरे पास रेड लेटर बाइबल है।
अच्छा खोलो, गॉस्पेल ऑफ जॉन चैप्टर नंबर 14 वर्स नंबर 24। मैं अपने आप कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता, ये खुदा बोल रहा है।
So not only is he misquoting the verse, he is also taking it out of context. To understand the context, we must go back to verse 17 and read through 19. Verse 17 says, in his defense, Jesus said to them, my Father is always at his work to this day. I am too working. For this reason, they tried all the more to kill him. Not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was also even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. Verse 19 says, Jesus gave them this answer, very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son does also. The verses 17 and 18 clearly show that Jesus was calling himself God and making himself equal with God, and for that very reason the Jews were trying to kill him. Now if you read verse 30 in the context of verse 19, you understand that Jesus is not calling himself powerless. He is not saying that he cannot do anything, but he is saying he can do everything that the Father is doing. That is, he is saying he can do everything what he sees God doing, because he himself is also God. And if you keep reading chapter 5, verse 21, Jesus is said to have life, and he is able to give that life to anyone he pleases. And on top of that, the Father has entrusted all judgment to the Son. Now consider this, Jesus can do anything he sees the Father doing, that is, he can do anything what God is doing, and also he has life in him and gives lives to everyone, and also judges everyone. I ask you this, who else can do this except God? Is not Jesus proclaiming to be God in this chapter? Surely he is. Anything that we read, we must do so in context. And in context, the New Testament clearly shows Jesus is God. And in the Old Testament, it clearly shows that Jesus is the one to come, the Messiah, the Anointed One. If this has helped you, consider liking and sharing the video and following the channel. And remember, always read the verses in context.